Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're just going to do a flip through of my planner situation and all the planners and journals and things I'm using that's really helping me move the needle along to my goals, projects, all the things. We're gonna start off with what we have here and then we're gonna move into the computer. All right, stay tuned. So first, I think I've shown you this before. This is just my Commonplace book. It is a Midori A6. I have a cover coming in actually today. I have to go get the mail. I hate when things ship out post office because my mailbox is way far from my apartment and I feel like I have to travel 6,500 miles just to get my mail. But when it's like UPS and FedEx and Amazon, it's right at my doorstep. First world problems. But anyway, so let's start off with the Commonplace book. And if you haven't seen me talk about what a Commonplace book is, go watch that video. I'll have a link below and in the end cards for you to enjoy. But this is exactly that, my Commonplace. I keep kind of everything in here. And so just wanted to walk you through it. I haven't gotten very far along because I was still working in my field notes, which I didn't bring with me here. The field notes is just a smaller version of a pocket notebook, and with that one, since it's just a smaller space than this A6, so the field notes one, what I'm gonna do is actually end up doing podcast and quotes in that one, and then for this one I'm gonna do book notes, music and lyrics, and articles. So this particular one is an article from the New Yorker. It's about a composer that I want to write about for my other social media. And then this is Earl Nightingale's video on the right attitude. I think it's an audio turned into a video. It could be both an audio book or whatever, but I just put it as video because that's the source that I got it from. And so I kind of wrote quite a bit about it, and then I have highlighted one of his quotes, and then the green little index thing here, that means that it is a quote. And then this brighter green means that it is from a video, so the source was a video. Again, that's where I got it from. I think it was technically an audio book, but they turned it into video somehow. And then in these margins, I plan to write just a little bit, and I got this idea from Megan Rhiannon, just to write my feelings on what I feel about whatever I'm reading or information that I'm taking. I don't know what is happening outside, but this is loud commotion. But this is the best time to record. Unfortunately, I live in an apartment, I cannot control the sound. So, if you watched my Commonplace book, and one of the things I mentioned was that you start to notice how things correlate with each other, you find the relationship between each. So while I was reading Manifest by Roxy, I realized that it's a lot like Earl Nightingale's Winner's Attitude. And so I wrote here in this little section, reading Manifest by Roxy, and chapter 6 talks about turning envy into inspiration, and it is very much like this winner's attitude. So I kind of like wanted to circle back on that and how it kind of correlates to each other, obviously. And again, that's the start of this book and nothing else. So that's the Commonplace book for books and articles and music and lyrics. Then I've got my play journal, which I've mentioned before as well. So I'm just gonna walk you through what this is. So when I first started getting into creative journaling, not planning, I don't do bullet journals. This is just literally therapeutic and it's just to journal. I used to scrapbook. So this is where this comes from. And when I used to scrapbook, it used to, I don't know, like this piece was almost like coloring and all of those creative crafts things and hobbies that kind of calm you. Scrapbooking, I was very much into scrapbooking for quite some time, and then it got too much because of all the materials. So this is kind of like an even in between type of deal. So I picked up creative journaling again late last year, especially because I started my shop, which I'm going to show you at the end of this video. So stay tuned for the new collection that just came out, for especially for you planner babes. So I didn't do anything to this because whatever, but I started doing these vinyl cuts on my computer with just vinyl sticker sheet paper, and I printed out some of my digital stickers. I printed out my name because my handwriting is awful for me to write it, so I just did that in a sticker form, one of my favorite fonts. And then just put coffee is always a good idea because it indeed is. And then we flipped to the first page that I did that was kind of like meh. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I think it was too picture heavy, but again, this was just me testing the waters on creative journaling. Here we have nothing, because this is all bag planning that I have to do. Here is the second page I did, and I actually, even though it's colorful, not really me, I actually do like it, especially because it's my brother in here, and I really did like that. I didn't enjoy this one as much, but it is a summary spread. As I started to find out what my style was, because again, this is just my play. As I tried to find out what my style was, I was just playing with colors and textures and different things. So this wasn't bad, but it's not me. Then this I just started doing. I want to finish this today actually. So my journaling time is going to be all about just New York, where I came from, blah 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 blah, and then transitioning into an actual July day in New York City last year, because I spent a month there, and I saw Barbie in New York City, so I had to do a spread of Barbie. So this is like the receipt for the tickets, and then just a Barbie blur. I think I showed this in a previous video, I'm not sure, but it just has the speech that America gave in the movie. I forgot her character's name. Anyway, but that's what that is. And then of course I just have to fill in with writing. Let's see, let's skip. A lot of empty pages that I have to go back plan. This is another one that I'm currently working on, so I might do the New York City and then this one. What happens is a lot of the times I forget what the spread is. I'll look at it and the inspiration has fleeted, it's gone. So I don't know where this is going or what I'm doing with this just yet. I have to like reimagine this page. Empty pages. I love this one. I love this one so much. This one's going to move into my permanent journal. I really want to recreate this one. I think it's just so beautiful, and I think I started here to find what my style is. And this was a recent journaling spread that I just did. So then these I've shown before. It's just I tried to do the one-day journaling page thing. This was trying a style, this was trying another one. I like the dark thing, but I think like this better, even though they're kind of similar. See what I mean? I like the layering things, but I don't like to layer too many things, and I don't like to go too dark. This one I liked as well. This was my Halloween spread. I just hate my handwriting. Ugh. Like anything else could be so cute, and then the handwriting's like bleh. I know I'm critical, that's just me. And then this is the December spread. Again, hate my handwriting. I'm pretty sure as I do more of these, I'll get better. So with these pages, as you can see, there's not a lot of writing. I left a little space for writing. Well, this one is different. I left a little space for writing, but I didn't write too much. But I think with my forever journal, I think I am gonna write more. And I am gonna start my Midori, the same size. I have another one coming. It's gonna be my everyday journal. I'm gonna try to get into journaling every day. The manifest book that I'm reading, it says to practice gratitude and journaling every day, so I'm gonna get into that habit for 2024. And then this, I wanted to do like the movies that touched me. So I did this. I don't love it. This tape is nice, but there's something about it, it looks a little messy. But again, we're just trying things out, just whatever. And here I'm gonna write, because this is part of my 24s and 2024 to try new movies. And so here I'm gonna write what I thought about the movie and blah blah blah. And I'm actually going to pick up the book and read that book. I think that's it in this journal. Yep, that's it. My next journal is my forever, which has nothing in it. I actually just posted an Instagram picture of this, and this is as far as I've gone. So what I've done is I have recreated a page that I loved from my testing journal, this page essentially, and recreated it here, but I added January 1st because I did actually make it on January 1st 2024, which was a Monday. And that's pretty much it. What I want to do is have one page that's heavy on decoration and one page heavy with journaling, another page heavy with decor, the back page journaling. Can I keep that up? Say yes. Okay, great. So that's what I'm gonna do. And in this page, not this page, and in this page I'm going to recreate this page and then have like a little blurb thing. It literally the same thing. I might switch it up because I have bigger space, and then in the back of this I want to journal. So in the back of the journaling ones I want to put like a washi tape down here and then journal up there. I haven't figured out how to set it up. This paper, when I tell you, is so nice, and I'm afraid, I was thinking about it yesterday, if I'm going to be able to find just the notebook itself. Like I don't want the whole leather thing, I just want the notebook as a refill. So that's that, my forever journal. Then I started my travel journal, and I got some different inserts coming in the mail today as well. And I have right now only have 2 books. One is actually a sticker book, and then this one because I threw the other one out. I couldn't stand it anymore. It was just not vibing with me, so that's why I bought another actual Travelers Company notebook. So this is from the Travelers Company, and this is just a sticker book, but I got an actual insert from Travelers Company, which is coming today. So what the plan is, this is going to be my back planning, kind of telling the story of how it started, and then we're gonna get into traveling in the United States in this book. And then the other one, there's an accordion one that I'm gonna do for Barcelona, which is one of my favorite spots that I've ever visited. And then the other book itself, when it comes in, is gonna be all outside of the United States, so other countries, clearly. And then this is just a sticker book that I wanna have in here, and it's all stickers related to travel. All of it. Well, not really, but this is what I'm gonna use in my travel notebook. Traveling, more travel stuff. And then I'm gonna fill it as I get more travel stickers. I'm just gonna fill it with just travel stickers. Why did I see something back here? Why is that back there? I don't know. Yeah, so it's all just travel related stickers and other stickers I might want to use exclusively in my travel notebook. So that's what that looks like. I'm excited to start working on that. I haven't found the time to really dedicate to that. And then we jump into my planners. So this is my little baby. She is my on the go, put it in my bag planner. And this is a zip case from Threshold, actually from Target. It comes in 2 colors and I have both. So it comes in this one. It comes with this little flip out thing that you can put something in it, and it's good to travel with, which is actually what it is a travel, I think it's called a travel tech case. So you put that there. I guess you can put in like post-it notes or something, but it's very like hard, and I feel like it was gonna scratch the top of that. So if I need it when I'm traveling, I'll use it, but I don't need it right now. So anyways, it comes in 2 colors. So it comes in this brown, which I thought was so pretty, and then it comes in this like light, is it pink or lavender? I don't even know, but it's the same exact same thing. And you see how the other thing attaches. So I started with this one first, but because they're so inexpensive, they're $15 each, I just like, let me just get the brown one, which is the one I really wanted in the first place. And I don't see many people with this one. I see more people with the lighter one. So what I do with my little guy here is I use it as my on the go. I use the same exact planners, so I can still go into my weekly calendar. I'll just zoom in just a little bit. Here's my weekly, and if if I need to do, I do more of the day-to-day planning. So I like this smaller look at my dailies, but I also like this for my reading journal. So let me show you what that looks like. So I like to go in here to my reading journal and kind of do my reviews on books. This is the last review that I just did, which is Fourth Wing. I gave it a 2.5 star, which actually is supposed to be 3.5, but it wasn't my favorite. So I like to do this. I also use this to do my morning pages because it's smaller. So this is my morning pages and I'll just write on it, but I also fill out my trackers. So I'll go in here, I look at my 100 things list in here, but at night I like to come in and update all of my trackers. So all of my routine trackers and like little bubbles and things that I have to do. I like to do this on here because I'll take this whole thing to bed and kind of work on it that way. I don't do much like creative journaling on it, although I have dabbled in it, but I'll show you in the big one. I think it looks nicer in the big one. So let's move on over to that. So that is my on the go, go, go. And this is my big Kahuna. So this is my big baby. You've all seen her a million times. She's 11-inch, so she's not that big mama jamma that many people like. I just can't stand that 12-inch. It's like having a computer, and what's the point? So if I need more space to kind of write out more stuff, I'll use that for my daily. But to be honest, I use this to plan mostly my weekly drops, or mostly for this. So when I'm using my landscape planner, I like to use my big girl because I can see kind of like the whole thing at once and it's bigger. And when I'm doing my landscape week as well, I do the same thing. I come in here and check off whatever needs to be checked off. I kind of plan my week. It's just a bigger space for me to do that in versus the other one. So this is my weekly view. I think I've shown this before, but what I've done is I linked a couple of things here. Actually, let me go back to January. So I've linked, all of these are links to my everything planner. So if I click on monthly releases, it'll take me to the calendar for monthly releases. If I go to my routine tracker, it'll take me to my routine tracker. If I do no spend tracker, it'll take me to my no spend. 24. You get it. I don't have to go through the whole thing. So that's in my month view. But in my week view, I like to, as I mentioned before, I don't know what video, in what order this came out, or am I repeating the same crap over and over again? I'm not sure. But I only use dailies when I feel like I have a big day of a lot of things to do. So I put it, of course, in my reminders if I need to be reminded of something that I might potentially forget. I don't put things in my daily like do laundry and clean the bath. I don't put that stuff. I put like bigger stuff that I might tend to forget, or something that's super important that my brain might forget. I put it in my reminders app. So this I use if I have a day that I want to accomplish a few things. So I'll have my top 3 movers, my top 10 goals for the month, and grateful and excited for. And then this is just my task that I outside of my top 10 goals, if that makes any sense. If you want me to go over what this is or what the top 10 is, I'll do that in another video. If you want to know more about that, it's just essentially Angie's planner system. I just did it on my own digital planner because she does her planners on paper and I don't do my planning on paper. So that's what that is. But what I wanted to show you was, if you don't know, I use Notion for my goals, so just for everything inside my brain, for storing articles, for doing projects, like all the things. And so I have a today page. And before I plan the day or give myself the day plan, I come in here every morning before I plan the actual day if I need to. And I just click on the Notion icon here and it takes me to the Notion template that I want, and it's actually called Today. I'm gonna show it to you in landscape, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like because it looks like a planner page when it's in portrait mode. So this is what this is, and what it is I have 4 sections in here. So this is everything I have to do today. So this question up here, what would you do today for personal goals, business, finance, and family? I always try to do one thing from each of these categories every single day. And this is the questions that I ask myself, like, what would you do? I will blank at blank and blank. So I will behave at time and location. And the example for that is I will work out at 2 p.m. today at home. So I ask myself those questions, and that's how I plan my day. And that's from the Atomic Habits. If you haven't read that book, highly recommend you do so. I got so many good productivity nuggets from that book alone. And that's how I plan my days, is from the knowledge that I got from that book. So I have 4 sections that I plan every day, just like it says up here. So my goals comes from my goal trackers. Inside the brain comes anything, articles. It's called what the heck, Second Brain from Tiago Forte, and it's just like these different sections of your life that you want to kind of organize, but you want to make sure that you take the actions from it. Is kind of what I see inside the brain is. So any projects that I'm working on and things like that, they all end up here. Then of course content planner, self-explanatory. If I have anything that I need to post for this particular day, because this actually shows you today, the day of that you're looking at this. And then any house updates, and this is not cleaning. Those things are again on my reminders. This is something that I have to do, like things that happen every 3 months, like cleaning out the AC filter, or those type of things, like fix the wall, when I'm gonna, if I'm working on a project, when I'm going to, that type of stuff. So I have my 4 things. So what I do every morning is whatever is here for today, I tap on all of these. So I say goals, nothing. Inside the brain, nothing. Content planner, nothing. House updates, nothing. But it also shows me my meal plan for the week. I haven't meal planned for quite some time, which I plan to change that, one of my goals. It hasn't happened yet because I suck at meal planning. It's one of my weakest things that I can never seem to stick on. But it also has it coming this week, so anything that's scheduled during the week, it's going to show up here. And the week for Notion, for me, I don't know if anybody has it any different way, but my week starts on Sunday. This week everything has passed. I have nothing else coming up. If I had something for today, it will show up here. It will show up down here because it's this week, and it will show up in the focus for today. And then tomorrow, when this switches and I have things planned out for the week, it'll show everything coming for that week, and then it'll give me the actual day's focus. Does that make sense? Yes, I hope so. Okay, great. And then these are just backlinks to everything I have. So inside my brain, this is what this looks like. I freaking love this page. This is my second brain. So everything, here's a tip that I want to show you. So actually, let me bring my field notes. BRB. My field notes was right behind me this whole entire time. Anyway, so in my field notes, I have it to where my blue highlighter is action steps. So anything that I want to take action on, or that the book or podcast that I'm listening to tells me to take action on, I highlight in blue. For example, action for the next 7 days. Write everything you do from the moment you wake up, blah, blah, blah. There's also all of these actions. Action. Let's see. Action step. Action. Try this. Action inner work. Master your thoughts. So anything in blue gets an action. At the end of the week or my reading session or listening session, I take this. I add those action steps into my inside the brain. Now inside the brain, I either do projects, I do just notes, and I have my areas and my projects. So now this template is actually from Thomas Frank, which is one of my favorite YouTubers about all things Notion. The way he explains things is just amazing. So he created this and I use it obviously all the time. So what I do is if the notes that I took are going to be part of a project. So for example, if I am reading something about Project West 135th Street, I'm gonna go into this and I'm actually gonna write in some notes here. So I'll write in boom, 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 boom here. And if it has any actual steps in it, I'll actually write it under task. And then these things, whatever is a task, is going to show up on my today page. Are you following me? I hope so. If you want me to do a whole day on this, we can definitely do that. If it's just regular notes that it's not part of projects, but it's part of areas only, I'll do it in the note inbox. So I'll just do a new page. I'll write what the topic is. I'll see what it is. Let's see if it's practice visualization. I'll do practice visualization up here. I'll put the notes in that I want to, and then I'll see if it relates to any area. So my areas are personal life. My areas are supposed to be health, business, finances, self-development, and personal life. I don't know how those other things got in there, but I'll fix that later. And so what I'll do is I'll have all of my notes in here, and then they'll show up in my brain under note inbox. And then from here I can give it a category. If I don't give it a category, it stays in here. It stays in the note inbox. But once I give it a category that it belongs to, then it will show up in one of these areas. And I'll show you what one of the areas looks like. So let's show you the business area. So once I have everything that's part of business, it shows up in this section. So I'll show you what one of the areas looks like. So anything that I have tagged, notes, resources, it's in a particular area, it'll come up. It's almost like a dashboard of your information. So I'm gonna go in my business one. And here in my business areas, I have the projects that are related to business, notes that are related to business. So anything in here that's related to business comes up here. He made this handy little thing that if you're on a phone and you don't have this white space, you can actually click on these links and it takes you to the sections that you want to be in. So I think that was pretty neat. The only thing I hate is that the Notion app should be just a little bit better at scrolling and managing. I don't know, sometimes it can be a little funky. And then as you saw, you can go in here. I can see all of my projects that are not started, they're in progress, or they're done. And once I'm done, I click, there's a little box in the actual project that just says archive. What that allows that project to do is just to go in this archive section, so you can go back and see all the things that you've completed. So these are the archive projects that I've done already. I'd be like, damn, I did a lot of stuff. So they're not lost. Sometimes you like to look at the things that you've accomplished and you don't really remember what those things are. Now you have a clear view of actually what those things are. If you need to archive an area for whatever reason or a resource, you can have them here as well. I like to see my archive projects because it just gives me like this, damn, you know, I accomplished all of this stuff. So to me, it makes me proud. And then here's just your databases of all the things. So that is the, again, I did not make this. This is from Thomas Frank. I think I don't know if I paid for this or if it's free, so I don't want to lie to you. If I did pay for it, I believe it was rather inexpensive, and to me it was definitely worth it. So I suggest you check it out. Go into, I'm gonna try to see if I find it. If I do, I'll link it below, but it's something along the lines of building a second brain. And as you can see, one of my projects was to build a second brain, which is what I'm doing now. I wouldn't say I have mastered it, so this is why I don't archive this project or put it in the done section, because to me there's a lot to learn to perfect it. But so far I love it. So again, this is inside my brain. So if I go back, this is the plan. This is the dashboard database of all the things. So I have my today page, which is what I showed you. I have anything that I put on the back burner or archive. So this, anything to do with planning goes right in this section. I don't want to tap it because, you know, Notion is bipolar. Anything for business and anything project related. And this is projects for the home and other projects. This is the calendar, and this is the calendar for everything that I have to do, which now Notion has its own calendar app that I've put on my desktop, and it's fantastic because I have been able to, I think I show a clip of it. I'm gonna voice over that section. What you can do with the Notion calendar now is, if you have a Google, I have a few classes for business coming up, and I can actually attach that to my project here in the Notion database, and I think it's amazing. So anyway, this is my brain dump section. When I think of anything that I want to do, I kind of just write it under this little list, and because it gets really long, I just like to put it under toggle. And then this is the master tasks. So this takes all the tasks that I have from everywhere, from every project, just basic things, and it just puts it in here for me. I can also add a new one and then give it a project. It's just an overview of everything that's inside this dashboard. And then again, from here I have all of my things. When I look at my weekly things on Sunday, I don't plan like the whole day in my digital planner or anywhere really if I don't need to, but I do look at my Notion every day. So if I know Sundays are my reflection day, Sundays is my reflection day, which reflection day is going over my weekly goals, creating my weekly plan, and going off everything I did for the last week, and if I accomplished the goals that I had set out for the week. Those goals and the goals down here, or the to-dos, not goals, what am I saying? So these are my top 3. This is what I need to get done. So just like the daily where you have your top 3s, and if those top 3 get done, then you should feel good about yourself. I do the same thing with the week. I do all of these different sections and all of these different to-dos, home edit, blah blah blah. But if I can do these 3, I've had a great week, if that makes sense. So that's what my reflection day is. On reflection day, I set up my weekly plan, my weekly top 3s, all of that stuff. I content plan, I do all the things, but I also journal. Usually I don't stick to just journaling on Sundays. If I'm feeling like I want to wind down and just journal for a little bit in my other journaling books, then I'll do that whenever. Actually, I could do that on a random Tuesday, but usually I'll do that on Sunday evenings. And then is me time and my Sunday reset. So my Sunday reset is linked to my Notion template. So I click on the me time here. I'll go into my today for Notion, and under goals it should have the Sunday reset checklist. So that Sunday reset checklist is actually, if I go into my goal tracker, it's actually under Sunday. So it's Sunday reset routine, and every week on that Sunday, so for example tomorrow's the 21st, so it'll just show up as this action. It'll say done with a question mark, and then I check off when I did it, and this is the checklist that I have to go to. So I'll write out my to-do list, I plan my week, schedule important tasks, plan meals, plan outfits, evening beauty routine. So that actually comes up again on my today page. And so every Sunday, like I said, when I sit down and reset for the evening, I'll click on my me time and it'll take me to that Notion template. I also, if I just want to see the overview on any given day that's not just Sunday, I'll click on the Notion icon and it'll take me again to my Notion page. And this I actually have saved as an element. You can actually save your elements with the actual link. So for example, let me show you. I haven't started next week, so I'm going to bring in the Notion icon, and once I take it off of editing mode, it'll take me to the Notion link. So it saves the link and the icon at the same time. So all you would have to do is, obviously, if I move this picture over, you see the link is right underneath it, and then what you do is you take the whole thing and you add it to element, and every time you need to use that particular icon with this link attached, you just go into your elements and paste it there, so you don't have to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I actually did that with my January with this list. So that's pretty much all of my planning, journaling things overview.